Oh my god, the gate is open right now! That's how you get there. Fucking dumbass. Okay, I mean, that one is actually a bit more clever. Wait, that I have missed something, but okay.
I know it.
We did it! Hugo, are you alright?
Yes, I think so.
It's alright, Roderick.
That's how I fucking missed it. Actually, it's still actually pretty shameful, I'm not gonna lie. This is how you get the last herb, because they open this door. That's how you do it.
Amicia, look.
Yep, this is the thing I saw. I saw this from there.
It survived all this?
Yes, it's a warrior. It defends itself.
It's like us then.
That's right. It's your flower.
Thank you, Hugo. Let's go.
Christmas rose. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at this. Doesn't that look nice? Everything. Christmas rose, used since antiquity to treat dementia and some forms of paralysis. The plant quickly became a symbol of anxiety and disquiet. To use. This is likely due to its toxicity, as handling it with one's bare hands causes violent irritations and even more severe reactions if ingested. Strangely enough, it is found in nativity scenes around Christmas. Is that even a word? Okay. It was supposedly born from the tears of Madelon, a young shepherdess, who was desperate to offer a gift to the newborn Christ. Nativity. Finally. Or, not really finally. This didn't take that long, thankfully. Right, I kind of already said everything I wanted to say about this game. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's look how far away, actually, I'm from the platinum of this game. How many things would I have to do? Right. There's some tomfoolery highlights or achievements that you can do. Clearly. Find a lunch for Hugo. Play hide and seek. Stay with the captain. Okay, so I'm not gonna spoil myself what the hell those are. I'm just not gonna do a platinum on it. If I would have organically found those just during the playthrough, sure, but otherwise, don't think so. Anyways, is there anything I didn't say about this game yet? I'm gonna emphasize what I said before, right? I feel like this game takes too long with its safe puzzle elements and its safe stealth elements to actually develop into anything that is really interesting. And also, I think the story stays a little too... Actually, no, I don't think it stays maybe too vague. I think it's literally just the presentation of it, I think. I think this game would have benefited a lot if it had better character rigging and cutscenes. I think this game would have benefited a lot on that, because like there's some other stories where the story progression for most parts is very vague, but because of the presentation being good, it doesn't bother as much. Clair Obscur would be another an example of that, where it takes a very long time for the story to very strongly develop into something that is finally gives you answers to your questions, you know, in that game, as an example. So, you know, it didn't bother me in that game because the presentation of its character story elements, in the other hand, not the, you know, the entire story of the game elements, you know, talking here. Those elements, despite of how long it took for those to make any sense, because of how good the characters were written and how good the performances were, it was never something that bothered me. In this game, however, I feel like it would have benefited a lot if the more intimate scenes, I guess, and the more, you know... Well, I guess that's about it, really. I think if the more, like, intimate scenes were better presented, and if the character rigging was better, I feel like it would benefit this game's storytelling a lot. But it took too long time to become really interesting, and also give you answers. And then, on top of that, the gameplay. The gameplay takes too long amount of time in this game before you have enough in your disposal where you can really, like, fool around, basically, with different mechanics. Like, it was only after or during the section in the Paris when we were making our way to the library to get the Sanguis Itinera book. It was only at that part where, like, the gameplay really became something that was, like, you know, actually a bit exciting. All the other parts before that were, like, too straightforward, you know, it was too obvious what you had in your disposal, what you needed to do, you know? It was kind of like most of this game was just a big tutorial. The game was just giving you, like, different, like, sections where you had to use a certain specific mechanic, you know, for the first time, and, you know, and such. Like, there was too much of that in this game when it came to its gameplay. Which is why I'm very interested to see what they do in the second game. Because this game was a massive setup because of those tutorial sections, I think. So in the next game, I'm very curious to see what kind of, like, dynamic sections there's gonna be in that game. Because we already have, like, all of the gameplay elements nailed down in this game, or after this game. So the next game should literally just be all about variety. It's kind of like the difference between God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok. Where, like, the enemy variety, the bosses, and, you know, areas are significantly more vibrant and high in variety compared to the first game. But the gameplay was already very good in the first game, of course, too, you know? It's kind of like that as a comparison. I hate games that put the best mechanics at the end. Yeah, that's what I feel also. Though, the controlling of the rats mechanics in this game, I feel like that was... No, even that probably would have been better if they presented it earlier, to be honest. Like, I feel like if the last 2 full chapters or 3 full chapters was literally just let you express yourself and give, like, significantly more, like, challenging sections before the game ends, where you have to or can use everything on your disposal and, you know, should use. But I feel like this game ended too fast after, you know, you unlocked all of the cool stuff. That's also one thing. Which is another reason as to why the second game seems a lot more interesting after you have all of these mechanics. Oh, and by the way, I was hypothesizing earlier about the white rats, you know, that, what's his name was, Valitis was able to... That was his name? Or Vitalis, yeah. That Vitalis was able to control. Like, I thought those were gonna play a role maybe in the second game, but it seems like they may have actually perished with Vitalis, so... Yeah, we're not gonna be seeing him because he died, presumably, at the end there on that last second of the previous chapter, right? On this chapter's end, you know? So, like, the white rats are probably, well, the hairless rat anyway. We'll see.